Our next speaker is Annalena Baerbock. She is the co-chair of the Green Party here in Germany, and she is hoping to become the next German chancellor.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear participants of the Global Media Forum 2021, the freedom of speech and the freedom of the press are the most important fundamental rights of societies. However, the freedom of speech and the freedom of the press have been under pressure since a long time and before the onset of the coronavirus pandemic. But the pandemic has reinforced and intensified repressive tendencies worldwide. Allow me to highlight 3 of these tendencies here to illustrate my point. First of all, targeted disinformation always poses a problem for the freedom of the press and the freedom of speech. However, it is particularly detrimental to our trust in the integrity of the state when the disinformation is issued by the government itself, as in the case of the Tanzanian President John Magufuli, who now deceased, however, who referred to the riots as a Western conspiracy. Second example is the repression of the free reporting on the coronavirus pandemic. All around the world, media professionals are being put under pressure due to their coverage of the pandemic. We were all shocked by the case, the most popular case, of Shang Zhan, the Chinese blogger, citizen and journalist and former lawyer who was sentenced to 4 years in prison in December. She had been critical of the Chinese authorities' handling of the coronavirus. And Shang Zhan is just one of more than 100 media professionals who have been jailed in China because of their reporting. My third point is the threat of the freedom of the press during the pandemic. Here in Germany, where I live, representatives of the public broadcasting company were violently attacked, in some cases even physically, by militant demonstrators against the corona measures. Needless to say, this is unacceptable and independent reporting must be safeguarded at all times. It is precisely to guarantee the continued existence of independent reporting that we support a strong and independent public broadcaster financed by a solidarity contribution. After all, such an institution can make an indispensable contribution to the democratic formation of opinions. And moreover, public broadcasting offers Europe a chance to network more intensively and to fortify the European public sphere and culture, especially in disruptive times. These 3 observations exemplify what the German newspaper Süddeutsche Zeitung already stated in May 2020. I quote, "The corona crisis is now acting like a fire accelerant. As a result, the freedom of the press and the freedom of opinion are at risk of being eroded. There's a lot at stake here: diversity, independence, quality, pluralism of opinion." Quote end. That is why it's so incredibly important that countries where free media outlets, independent journalists and pluralism of opinion exist also make information available to people in countries where the supply of information is limited. For example, in the form of online publication or such content as being produced by Deutsche Welle, to whom I would like to express my sincere gratitude here. And that is why it's crucial, especially in times of pandemic, when there seems to be so much else to do, that we protect and support independent journalists worldwide, and that we honor their work. I would therefore like to take this opportunity to offer my heartfelt congratulations to this year's winner of the Freedom of Speech Award, the courageous investigative journalist Tobaro Ovori from Nigeria. Congratulations. It is only when different perspectives and different opinions can be freely articulated, when information from different sources is available to us, that each of us can make up our own mind and develop our own questions and specific attitudes. Only then it will become clear that there's always an alternative and always a choice. That is precisely what makes the freedom of opinion and the freedom of the press so dangerous for repressive regimes, and at the same time what makes them so indispensable for society and for politics, an authoritarian just as well as in democratic states. Thank you very much for listening.